There are not only habitable zones around stars, but also there are habitable zones within galaxies as well. Life on Earth did not just happen by accident. It is the result of an unbelievably rare mix of cosmic, planetary, and even galactic luck. It is amazing just to think about how special it is that we are here at all. Every little detail had to align perfectly, from Earth's just right distance from the Sun to our solar system's ideal location within the galaxy. And as scientists learn more, they're realizing that Earth might not be just another ordinary planet. Maybe it is something extraordinary, a cosmic fluke or even fate, depending on how you see it, that brought everything together at exactly the right time. This idea is at the heart of the rare Earth hypothesis, which suggests that complex life like ours might be incredibly rare in the universe. Not because space is not vast enough, it is unimaginably huge, but because the exact conditions needed for life are so hard to find all in one place. That is why astronomers and astrobiologists are on a quest to discover another planet like ours, a true Earth twin that could harbor life. One of the most exciting tools in this cosmic search is the James Webb Space Telescope. Designed to peer deep into the universe, it hunts for planets not just Earth-sized, but also tucked snugly inside what we call the habitable zone, that sweet spot around a star where temperatures are just right for liquid water. And since every form of life we know depends on water, that is a pretty big deal. The habitable zone is not the same for every star, though. Hotter stars have theirs farther out, while cooler stars keep their just right region much closer. In our own solar system, the Sun's habitable zone stretches from about 0.75 to 1.5 astronomical units, where 1 AU is roughly 150 million kilometers, which is Earth's average distance from the Sun. And here is the wild part. Earth orbits almost perfectly in the middle of this Goldilocks zone. Talk about lucky, right? But wait, there is more. Because even being in the ideal spot around the Sun is not the whole story. There is something even bigger at play, something that is seldom mentioned, the location of our solar system within the galaxy itself. Turns out there is even a galactic sweet spot, a galactic habitable zone, a region in the Milky Way where conditions are just right for life to emerge and survive. And guess what? Our Sun happens to be sitting right in that perfect neighborhood too. This cosmic double whammy makes you wonder, did the Sun's prime location in the galaxy play a starring role in allowing life to flourish here? And here is a twist. Could our galaxy's supermassive black hole, the infamous Sagittarius A, actually have a hand in all of this? The answer may surprise you. While black holes usually sound like cosmic monsters, this one may have been a quiet architect, shaping the galaxy in ways that, indirectly, made our existence possible. But before we connect those dots, let's zoom out and see how our seemingly lonely Sun is actually part of a vast, intricate galactic web, full of hazards and dead ends, but also, against all odds, golden opportunities like ours. When we gaze up at the twinkling night sky, we are actually just seeing a small glimpse of our incredible Milky Way galaxy, a sprawling cosmic metropolis of about 200 to 400 billion stars. But here is the thing. Not all galactic neighborhoods are equally welcoming to life. In fact, most of our galaxy would be inhospitable for living creatures like us. If the Sun were much nearer to the galactic core, it is unlikely that we, or even our planet, would be here at all. There are several reasons for this. First of all, the center of the galaxy is a very crowded, chaotic, tumultuous and perilous area where extreme occurrences are commonplace. Stars are packed so tightly that cosmic catastrophes happen all the time, such as collisions, supernovas, and gamma-ray bursts. Catastrophes that could obliterate any form of life on nearby planets. It would be like trying to live in an apartment where your neighbors are constantly setting off dynamite. Plus, the gravity is so intense and unpredictable that planets would struggle to maintain steady orbits. On the flip side, if we lived way out in the galactic rim, those quiet outer edges, we would have a different problem. The concentration of heavy elements is considerably lower in these distant areas. These far-flung regions are like cosmic ghost towns, missing crucial building blocks like carbon, oxygen, and iron. Without these essential ingredients, it would be nearly impossible to form rocky planets, let alone life. Imagine trying to bake a cake when the grocery store only sells half the ingredients. That is why the sweet spot is somewhere in the middle, not too close to the galactic chaos downtown, but not so far out that we miss out on all the good building materials. And wouldn't you know it? That That is exactly where our sun decided to set up shop. We are parked about 27,000 light-years from the Milky Way's center, in a peaceful, tranquil stretch of one of its spiral arms. Think of it like finding the perfect city neighborhood, close enough to grab groceries, but far enough from noisy downtown traffic. This prime real estate may have been key to giving Earth the steady, stable environment life needed to sprout, evolve, and persist for billions of years. We are basically in the galaxy's version of a safety zone. Astronomers sometimes call this area the Galactic Habitable Zone, a concept that is still being explored, but makes a lot of sense when you think about it. Just like planets need to be the right distance from their star to have liquid water, solar systems might need to be in the right part of the galaxy to support life long term, and by that measure, we hit the cosmic jackpot. Now, this does not mean life cannot exist outside this zone, but let's be honest, the challenges get much tougher out there. It is like trying to grow a garden. Sure, you might get a few flowers to bloom in rocky soil or bad weather, but they will need miracles to survive. Give them sunlight, good dirt, and stable conditions though. That is when thriving becomes much more likely. And that is exactly what our cozy galactic neighborhood provides. A rare golden balance that lets life take root and flourish. Remember that giant black hole we mentioned at the Milky Way's center? Well, it turns out Sagittarius A is actually the galaxy's unsung hero. While it is not directly involved in life on Earth, this cosmic heavyweight, packing the mass of millions of suns, acts like the universe's best anchor, keeping our entire galaxy neatly bundled together. Without its incredible gravity, the Milky Way as we know it might not even exist. Everything in our galaxy, including our sun, dances around this gravitational maestro. And here is a mind-blowing thought. It takes our solar system a whopping 230 million years to complete just one lap around the galactic center. That means since the first dinosaurs roamed Earth, we still have not finished a single full orbit. It really puts things in perspective, doesn't it? In this unimaginably vast cosmic dance, we are just tiny specks. Yet somehow, we have won the ultimate lottery by being born in this perfect little corner of the universe. The Drake equation is a formula created by astronomer Frank Drake in 1961 to estimate the number of active, communicative extraterrestrial civilizations in our Milky Way galaxy. It considers a number of factors, even the number of planets within the habitable zones of stars. However, the one factor that is not considered is the fraction of stars that lie within the galactic habitable zone, which would drastically reduce the number of active extraterrestrial civilizations in our galaxy. Thus, I propose that we should add the galactic habitable zone factor into the Drake equation, and I guesstimate that this factor would be around 20%. Now that we have seen how special our galactic neighborhood is, let's talk about timing. Because being in the right place was not enough. We also needed to show up at just the right moment in cosmic history. Picture the early universe. It was like a kitchen missing half the ingredients. The first stars only cooked up hydrogen and helium, the lightest elements. It took multiple stellar generations living, dying, and going out with supernova bangs to sprinkle heavier elements across space. All the building blocks for planets and life were literally forged in the hearts of ancient stars over billions of years. Our sun arrived fashionably late to the cosmic party, but not too late. It appeared when the galaxy had just the right mix of materials, but before things got too dangerous. This perfect timing gave our solar system a golden ticket, the ideal ingredients in the safest part of town. And that stability made all the difference. Earth got an uninterrupted 4 billion year stretch to experiment with life. No apocalyptic supernovas next door, no catastrophic stellar collisions, no deadly radiation spikes. That peaceful stretch allowed simple molecules to slowly become complex creatures. And eventually, well, curious humans wondering about all this. If the universe had rushed any part of this process, you and I probably would not be here having this conversation. Isn't it amazing how many cosmic coincidences had to line up just right for us to exist? When you stop to think about it, this perfect mix of cosmic factors makes the hunt for alien life incredibly challenging. Sure, our galaxy is packed with billions of planets, but how many hit the jackpot like Earth did? They would need to be in their star's Goldilocks zone, in the galaxy's habitable zone, have the right elements, and enough peaceful time for life to grow. Right now, we simply do not know the answer. But don't worry, astronomers are not giving up. They have already spotted thousands of exoplanets, with many sitting in those promising habitable zones. The next big hurdle? Peeking at their atmospheres. We are talking about hunting for oxygen, methane, or carbon dioxide, the same gases that on Earth scream life. But even with superstar tools like the James Webb Telescope, that is no small feat. Still, every discovery inches us closer to something groundbreaking. Maybe we will stumble upon an Earth twin someday, or even life thriving in ways we never imagined. Until then, all the evidence suggests we might be the universe's cosmic anomaly, a 1 in a billion success story in a cosmos bursting with possibilities. This brings us to something truly awe-inspiring. When you realize our existence hinged on countless improbable cosmic alignments, from Earth's ideal distance from the Sun to our solar system's prime galactic real estate, it feels like we hit the ultimate cosmic jackpot. This realization transforms how we see everything. Our pale blue dot is not just another space rock adrift in the cosmos. It is the miraculous product of billions of years of stellar alchemy, galactic stability, and perfect timing. Every mountain, every ocean breeze, every person you meet represents the triumphant finale of the universe's most spectacular balancing act. Let that sink in for a moment. The oxygen in your lungs, the calcium in your bones, these were crafted in ancient stellar furnaces. We are literally made of stardust, living on a planet that orbits peacefully in one of the Milky Way's safest neighborhoods, which itself dances around a supermassive black hole. It is a story so improbable it reads like cosmic poetry. Perhaps this breathtaking rarity explains why we have not found cosmic neighbors yet. The recipe for life might require ingredients too precise to find easily, but in a universe this vast, we cannot say we are alone, just that we might be part of an extraordinarily exclusive club. If that does not make you want to gaze at the stars with wonder and treat our precious planet with tenderness, I do not know what will. After all, we are the universe's way of knowing itself, and that is nothing short of magical. As our telescopes scan distant galaxies and space probes explore alien worlds, we are still piecing together the extraordinary cosmic coincidence that made our existence possible. Funny enough, the more we discover about how life began, the more we might realize what an incredible gift it is to be here at all. So next time you gaze at the sky, take a moment to really feel it. You are standing on a planet that hit the cosmic jackpot, a planet orbiting a stable star, a star system within the galaxy's habitable zone. Our very existence is billions of years in the making. Now that is what I call a blockbuster story.
Thank you for watching. Hope you found this video informative and entertaining. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment. We do like to know and hear your feedback. And if you have the means, please consider supporting us on Patreon, where you can get early access to our videos, and where we post bonus material. Till next time, this is Geeky Tidbits saying cheers and have a good day.